Promise Maker, Frankie story, Chapter 5. New York, New York, what a fantastic city is the location they call New York. I've good reason for believing that, because there I was born. Times and dates wouldn't be any help to you, the reader, at this point in the narrative. What I will say is, my birth didn't take place in a dignified room overlooking a nice clouded lake. You know the scenes, birds flying across the sky, smoke rising, and happy children skating on ice. Beyond them, the well-furbished apartments with big doors and groomed men, greeting the guests as they arrived, while inside, proud parents doted over the new arrival in the cot. Oh no, my entrance into this world was nothing akin to the picture I painted. No sir. Mine was more like Oliver Twist's, only my ma didn't die. There was no fancy furniture, no greeting men or grandparents, as ma ushered me into an Irish slum on the Lower East Side of New York. We lived in a neighbourhood where they boasted over the old sod, comparing it to a glorious haven. Ma said everyone greeted you by saying, "Top of the morning to you." Well, that's what she said. Ma sang with the drunks in the stairwell. They'd sing about the country they'd never visited. The wind blows in the land evergreen. No fool, the young ones cry, as the ravaged bodies piled high on the coffin ships they sailed. From the land of saints and scholars, ragged and beaten they fought the mighty seas, to the pots flagged and flagged with gold. Oh, hallow the God of the sky, where the gulls couldn't fly, for a cloud appeared, sending down death instead of rain. Ma was Irish American, a native of this home away from home, Irish city full of every nationality under the sun. Her grandfather sailed the Atlantic on a coffin ship. He came to the port with the streets paved in gold. He didn't find any gold. What he discovered was animal and human excrement. Up to his ankles and he slid, looking for another shelter among the tenements in the 5 Points close to the old brewery. Oh, believe you me, I hear the stories of the Bowery Boys, the 40 Thieves, and Al Capone who grew up near us. An exquisite place to grow, Ma said. What a load of nonsense that was. She cried hard for life, breathing out fire like a dragon with a sore head, saying the look of the Irish had fled over us, Frankie. Ma's biggest dream was to leave the city she bragged on and find home in good old Ireland, the country of our fathers, the place of hills and valleys, fresh running water and leprechauns. Yeah, leprechauns, 40 coloured ones, that walked on water, flew in the sky and danced on the head of giants. Then, on a hot splitting kind of day, she met the greatest leprechaun ever to walk the streets of New York, me da. That was the full-fledged Irishman, no cheap carbon copy here. If ever there was a walking on water, flying the sky sort of guy, he was it. He didn't come from the 5 Points, he came from the 5 Lamps in Dublin. In his time, it was a neighbourhood of murders and pickpockets and rat-infested tenements. His world was upside down one. Why? Because he couldn't relate to anyone who walked upright. His dominion was topsy-turvy, where disharmony ruled. The creatures that crawled out of the gutters were his closest friends. So he must have felt right at home living among the Irish gangs of the Lower East Side of New York. If Ma had an ounce of sense in that Yankee head of hers, or the smallest grain of reasoning, she'd have ran as fast as her legs would carry her. Instead, she fell hook, line and sinker for the thin, balding Irishman. On a cold day, as the heavens unleashed the hailstones, I arrived. There was no kissing of the Blarney Stone. If the look of the Irish skipped Ma and nosedived over me, they baptised me. Francis Smith, but everyone just called me Frankie. Ma would push me in a pram through the streets of New York, stopping on the corner, holding her hand out, looking for help. She'd sing about Ireland. The drunks would whistle, shouting, "Go on, Nelly!" She'd the pride of Irish. When I reached me 5th birthday, the pride of the Irish, myself and Dad moved from the 5 points to the 5 lamps, and not a leprechaun in sight. My first memory of Dublin was a room filled with bad odours, little light and not much story. Well, except for the door that opened when Dad came in and closed when he left. There was no perfume flowering torn here, or no honey blossoming breeze, nothing but bare walls and hard floors. Oh, and the gloomy corner where I sat watching Dad smoke innumerable butt ends, tapping them into the fire that was never lit, save for the odd piece of banister he robbed. See, everything movable was burned. It wasn't a lot. It was portable objects we had not got, except for the ragged curtains, the fading witness to the Georgian Dublin long gone. On a bright day, I'd watch blue petals of light tiptoe along the curtain's rim. Now all that drapes did was block out any light trying to come into the room. Dad threw his hat to the floor and kicked the chamber pot. We called it a slop bucket. He'd decorate his mouth with new words, and I knew he wasn't in good mood. He'd stare while crouching, looking puzzled, searching his pockets for another butt end which he'd found in some gutter. The dim room would arrest Dad's struggling emotions. His face changed and he looked different in that moment of nothingness. And there was plenty of them moments of nothingness, a time to sit and a time to think. I'd think about this and I thought about that, until my mind's eye, my face became one big nose, and I'd pull at a picker and scratch it until it'd bleed and me mad scream, "Will you leave that nose of yours alone? What harm did it ever do you?" Then the smacking would start. She smacked my face, legs and backsides, roaring, "If you don't leave your nose alone, I'll smack your arse so hard I'll leave you none at all." Then me Dad start, "Arse, don't be minding that. When I'm finished with him, he won't have a leg to stand on, I'm telling you." So there I was, no legs, half an arse and a bleeding nose, vomiting into a slop bucket, while me own one screamed to the highest heavens, calling on all the shocking holy saints. That mad feckin' outfit would be ranting and raving, roaring and cursing, all because of a bleeding nose that was now redder than Rudolph's, bigger than Pinocchio's, and about to fall off.